How come some people in Britain are quite dark featured? Varg recently released a video in which he attributed the dark features among some Welsh people to an archaic population of non-European origin that had once lived there. However, this theory I do not agree with, and it is unsupported by genetic evidence. Varg removed the video, so I can assume perhaps that he has adjusted his opinion on the matter. However, as if by providence, I came across an article immediately after that was published this week, and it is a genetic analysis of Neanderthals and comparing their genome to British DNA, modern British DNA, and attributing modern phenotypes among British people to Neanderthals. The paper, published on Cell.com, is called "The Contribution of Neanderthals to Phenotypic Variation in Modern Humans." Now, the actual study only looks at British modern humans, but it's fascinating for all kinds of reasons. You'll probably have seen some of the mainstream press versions of the article, but it's better to go and look at the original publication, and I'll link to that in the description below so you can go through it. But to summarize some of the things it's discovered, one is something that means I have to admit I was wrong, because I had said in a former video that red hair was one of the phenotypes in modern humans that was Neanderthal derived. Well, they say in this study that the most clear outcome was that the genes for red hair in modern humans are the most obviously absent from Neanderthal genomes. So red hair is not a Neanderthal trait. That is, or at least if Neanderthals had red hair, it was not that gene for red hair which contributes to red hair in modern humans. However, many phenotypes in modern British people are Neanderthal derived, including several for different hair colours. Not just one hair colour, but many. It doesn't say anything about blonde hair that I could see, but it does seem to show that the variation, probably in different shades of brown hair, from dark to light brown, are all Neanderthal derived. And the other is in skin complexion. Actually, you'll notice among British people, not all of them have the same complexion. Some can have quite what's called a ruddy complexion. That's very fair, where the blood is clear, when it's cold especially. And then others have a slightly darker complexion, which almost, among some people in Wales, can even seem Mediterranean. All of these different variants, all of these phenotypes, these variant phenotypes in modern populations, are derived from Neanderthals, according to this new study. Fascinating. But besides physical phenotypes, there's other things that that have come out, which, I mean, this can go back to some spurgy people have been saying for a long time that certain behavioral tendencies in modern humans are actually Neanderthal derived, but they haven't really had any positive proof of that. But now it looks like they're right, because this study attributes chronotype, which is like the way, whether you're a morning person or an evening person, to Neanderthals. So apparently people who are more likely to be evening people, who are sort of up and about in the evenings rather than in the mornings, that's because of Neanderthals. So Neanderthals for some reason were not morning people. Another thing it says is like the Neanderthal genes are associated, positively correlate with tendencies towards loneliness, and it also positively correlates with a tendency to lack of enthusiasm and a feeling of being disinterested. So this kind of sounds a bit like something on the autism spectrum. So perhaps there is a positive correlation between autism and Neanderthal DNA, as some people have speculated before. It does seem that might be right, actually. There's even, coincidentally, a correlation between Neanderthal heritage and whether or not you're likely to be a smoker. So yeah, apparently you're more likely to be a smoker if you have these certain Neanderthal genes. So very fascinating outcomes here. We can see that a lot of what even though the average amount of Neanderthal DNA in modern humans is about 2%, some people have more, though that 2% is significant in what we are like today, it really has influenced the phenotypes, which phenotypes are the way the genes are expressed in the body, the way that we can see them. So yeah, the phenotypes of modern Northern Europeans, British in the case of the study, really do come from Neanderthals. And it really shows that modern human biodiversity has extremely ancient origins. Thanks for watching.